What's going on, everybody? David here from Bluckers Videos and Collectables, and today I got a brand new video for y'all. And this time I will be doing a review on a vintage toy from the JusToys toy line, Zen The Intergalactic Ninja. And yeah, it's a big long thing to pronounce. For those who don't know who Zen the Intergalactic Ninja is, it's based on a comic book that was produced in the late 80s, and it eventually was under its own label, but eventually got issued or had its rights or published, should I say, from Archie Comics, and in the 90s. And eventually JusToys, a toy maker that's no longer around, eventually took over and produced 6 figures from the comic book line. And eventually Nintendo got the rights and was able to make a video game out of it. So this is the only figure that I have in the toy line. So I figured I'd go for it. How I was able to obtain this, and by the way, these figures are very hard to come by, and they can be pretty expensive on the secondary market. It just all depends on if it comes with accessories and whatnot. But anyways, my boy Unboxing Art, he messaged me a while back, and I did a video on this haul that I got from him, or that I purchased from him through see, I think OfferUp. But anyways, he met a guy that was trying to purge out his collection, and he knows that I collect vintage toys. So he hit me up and said, "Hey, there's a guy on OfferUp that's offering like $5 a figure. Here's a list of things that he's selling. I figured you might be interested in some of them." So that being said, I was able to purchase, I think 3 or 4 figures from him, from the guy. I PayPal Art the money, of course, and then he was able to get them and send them to me. So I'm just now getting around to getting a review out. But anyways, so the purpose of this review is I got a lot of stuff in my vintage collection that I want to go over, and this is probably the figure that I always wanted to review because it's such a unique figure, and I want to kickstart it with this figure. So anyways, this is Garbage Man. He's one of the villains from the Zen the Intergalactic Ninja franchise. And like I said, there's only 6 figures produced, and luckily this guy is complete. So I looked on eBay, and not very many listings of these figures, and if there are hardly any accessories, and carded figures range from about $20 to $30 a piece. So needless to say, I would like to get them loose if I can. I don't want them carded. If I get them carded, it has to be at a reasonable price. And that's the thing with my collection, that how I collect things, is the fact that if I can get them loose, complete, at a reasonable price, I'll go that route. And if I can get them carded for a reasonable price, I'll go that route. So it all depends. That's how my collection varies between, it jumps from carded to loose. And it just depends on certain toy lines, because certain toy lines are more expensive than others. You can get a few toy lines that are like cheap. You can get the whole collection for like under $50 or so, depending on the toy line and how much was mass produced and whatnot. And then there's others that are hard to obtain. You had to spend quite a bit of money because it wasn't nearly as mass produced, because it didn't really catch on that well. With that being said, Zen happens to be one of these toy lines that I want to collect loose if I can get them complete. So it might take a while to get all 6 figures. I only have 1, but it might take a while to get the other 5, but we'll see. But anyways, enough jibber jabber. Let's go ahead and get in the review, not the view, but review. But anyways, as you can tell, Garbage Man comes with loads of accessories, and really impressed with that. I mean, it's quite a bit. So that being said, Garbage Man kind of goes on along the lines with Mutagen Man or McMahon, from the Ninja Turtles, Toxic Crusaders, so that kind of reminds me of that line. But this is a large figure. I mean, this isn't your average 4-inch, 5-inch figure. This is like a good 6-inch figure. So it's pretty large. And I grabbed a couple of some of my favorites from my collection to do a size comparison, so you can see how large this thing is. So, but anyways, first things first, I want to go over some of the accessories. Now, these accessories are very, very awesome. As you can tell, let me get this. Now, some of these, they have pegs, and you can peg them on them. So when I get to the figure, I'll peg them on, and I'll show you the action feature. It's really neat. So as you can tell, this is like a 6-pack. Has one can that's in there, and I kind of wish that this was cut out just like the rest of them. I guess they didn't want to risk it because maybe might tear this off or something. I don't know. But it would have been nice if this had the other hole in it, so it would go well with it. As you can tell, this is the peg right there, and very nicely detailed. Would have been cool if it had a little bit of color to it for the can part, and they should have made this kind of like a clear plastic. That would have had a nice touch to it. Next up is we got a fishbone. So as you can tell, it is a fishbone. It's brown. I did watch a review. There's not very many reviews on YouTube. I think there's maybe a handful, maybe 4 or 5 reviews, but mostly it's just a collection thing. But one review, I think there is different variants. Excuse me. When it comes to these accessories, I think the review that I saw with this one was like a gray color, And here we have trying to think what this is. What is this? Oh, I know what it is. Duh. It's a rat, Nice little sculpt for the rat. This would have went well with the Rat King. Yeah. Oops. Drop that. And here is another one. Here's with it's a can, crushed can that's opened. Again, it would have been nice if it had a little bit of more detail to it as far as color goes. But as you can tell, it's just a brown piece of plastic. And as far as the weapons goes, here is the trash can lid right here. Now, I think the one that I saw in the other review that had the brown or gray fishbone, this was brown. So I think it was reviewed by somebody in the UK or something. Even though I didn't understand the language, I enjoyed the review. So, trash can lid. And then here we have this club. Very nice looking club right there. Very nicely detailed too. Not bad. Should have made this part gray, and then whatever this was. It looks like a tail or something. I don't know. But it is a garbage man, so who knows? He must have rigged this thing up together. Nice little accessory though. And for Garbage Man himself. Now this is a pretty sweet looking figure. And really like the details of this guy. Look at that. Look at that head. It looks like it's got a banana peel right there. I want to say it looks like a Band-Aid or something. And then you got a strip over its nose. And then the body itself got all kinds of detail. They added a little bit more color than than I had expected. So this looks like it's a lizard right there. And then there's like a bottle right there. It's like a bone. That looks like a soft drink or something. Here's an eaten apple. There's like some kind of box looking thing. Bugs. Here's a worm. Could have painted that thing too. You know, there's still a lot of little details they could have painted. And then on the arms, you know, bugs and bones right there. And they got a little soft drink right there, cup. There's a pair of sunglasses. It looks like a pair of glasses right there, you know. And then on this arm, looks like you got a banana peel and some more bugs. Looks like a light bulb right there. Then this is the action feature right here. And that looks like some kind of box or something, ice tray. And then on the back, you know, they could have did the bones right here as well. There's more cups right there, bottles, just a little fork, more bugs. So they missed a lot of things as well. So here in the back of the head, looks like they got a crushed can right there. They could have spider right there. So they missed a lot of paint. You know, a lot of things to paint. But hey, it is what it is. And then here is the pants. Nice wrinkles in the pants. At least they got the details in the feet for the most part. Looks like a part of a lid of the can right there. Looks like a wrench. And over here looks like another crushed can. Bugs. You know, there's an apple right there. So looks like they missed a fish skeleton right there. So, very nice figure. Really love this figure. And as far as way of articulation goes, the head goes back and forth. It's on a ball. The arms go up and down. And then you got the swivel at the waist. And then the feet go up and down. Doesn't go all the way back, but, you know, for the most part. It's a little loose, but you can make them stand. So, as far as the way of the articulation, or not articulation, or for accessory, should I say, there's no right or wrong way to add these pieces to it. So, I just put this thing right here. You can put that right there. Or you can put it like that, you know, just however you want, you know, it really makes no difference. Then, here's the rat. You can put him right there. Looks like you got a little pet sitting there. And then, this little crushed can, you can put it right there. And then, on the back is another hole where you can put this fish. Like I said, there's no wrong way of putting it, so there we go. And I think you have to press this button and some of these things just pop out. So let's go ahead and press the button and see what it does. Let's see if we can get it focused right there. Woo! There it goes. And shot everywhere. That's pretty cool though. I really like that a lot. I'll go ahead and put these back on. So I'm surprised I didn't lose any of them. So it's a good thing I had this piece of cardboard in the background so I can, let's see, go. I probably had him on the other side, but it's all good. There's this can right there. So here's its club. Go ahead and put that in here. We're going to armor him up. And then here is the, there we go, shield. So it's pretty cool right there. So there you have him. There is Garbage Man. in all its glory. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out some figures real quick, and I'm going to set them up and so you can get a kind of a good idea of what size comparison is. And here's Garbage Man that is compared with vintage Leonardo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toy line. And you can see, like I said, you can see how large Garbage Man is compared to a vintage turtle, you know. And there's Garbage Man compared to the vintage Jurassic Park Alan Grant from the Series 1 line. And again, as you can tell, that it's a very large figure compared to something like Alan Grant. And the only thing that it made him a little bit taller, Alan is, because of this knit thing. Other than that, it still wouldn't have been compared equally. And last but not least, the last comparison here is the a small dinosaur compared to Garbage Man, the Dilophosaurus from the 1993 JP toy line, Series 1 by Kenner. And that wraps up the review. I hope y'all enjoyed this review as much as I did making it. If you're new to the channel, please give the channel a sub. Like the video, comment down below what you think of this figure, and if you have this figure in your collection, or if you know anything about Zen the Intergalactic Ninja, let me know in the comments below, or if you read the comic books or played the video game, or even had these toys, you know, back then. And I'm gonna start doing more of these reviews because I love vintage toys, and I'm going to get more in depth with more of my collection. I might do some as a collection, I might do some individually. It just all depends on what I have and what I want to review for the day. So anyways, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can receive all my uploads. And where's the wisdom? Buy what you love and not what you like, because if you buy what you like, you will always end up getting rid of it. And I will catch y'all later.